Det nå ser det store håpet nå, å se at alt ser bra ut nede i motorrom og teknisk rom når båten kommer inn.
Mitt navn er Georg Schjong. Jeg er fra Aker Qrill Company. Vi fisker krill i Antarktis. Grunnen for vi valgte Maritime Robotics var vel kanskje den eneste ledende leverandøren vi hadde å gå til, som var klar for å komme med et ubemannet letefartøy som kunne assistere oss.
This customer won't accept anything but 100% due to the fact that they are in Antarctica, one of the most extreme places on Earth when it comes to sailing. So everything needs to be perfect when it leaves the factory.
Her vatten. Ja. Du får begge sine vatten.
It should be dry. The customer expects a working vessel. When we get water ingression, we have done something wrong. I like to say that Maritime Robotics is a solution provider. We have our core technology, which is our autonomy and remote control of vessels and our software. But what makes us special is that we bring this together with maybe a hull or a third-party vessel and the sensors the customer wants to use. If we have an unmanned system going out there scouting for krill, we could fish much more efficient, much more sustainable, much greener. But the next size of boat that has done this is a large fishing vessel, and they asked us to put it on a 6-meter vessel. We talked to a sonar manufacturer, and they basically told us, like, this is impossible, you can't do it. And when somebody else tells Maritime Robotics crew that you can't do it, we're like, okay, we're going to show you. All of our vessels, they are tested in harsh Norwegian climate, in Arctic conditions. You can basically handle everything. You can run it to shore, you can bump into things. Putting everything together in one small vessel and still get good data, that's the hard part. It was a lot of engineering. A lot of things being done for the first time. We had to rearrange the whole vessel inside to make the weight balance perfect. We actually built a gondola that sticks 1.5 meters underneath the mariner keel. For a 6-meter boat that has something sticking out 1.5 meters, it affects the vessel a lot. But when we got it on the water, it was stable. She looks really good in water. We knew that we have done the buoyancy correctly, and when we start looking at the data, but we saw like, yeah, this will work. We got some extraordinary good data. So yeah, the first vessel we delivered, it was a huge day.
Det var flagget at det økte fangstingen våre med 15%. Skipperen er gjerne ikke enig. De mener det er de som finner krillen. Men det er så klart det er skipperen som bestemmer hvor krillfartøyet skal gå.
We have proven the concept. And it's not a concept anymore, it's a product. And when they're coming back and buy another vessel, we know we have helped them a lot.
I dag så har vi tatt manøvertester. Vi har tatt en teknisk test av båten, versjon 2.0. Der er flere oppgraderinger som gjør at båten skal bli mye bedre.
The day we deployed the second mariner, there were some issues. That's basically the life of pushing boundaries, pushing technologies. The first sea trials will have some minor faults. We need to test things, take it up again, do it better, test again. Luckily we fail cheap, we fail fast, and we fail in Norway. If we can make it work in the Norwegian conditions, then ship it out to the rest of the world, we know it works. And that's why we have 300 vessels out sailing every day.
Se en visjon å få enda mer fartøy. Vi er fornøyd med Maritime Robotics, og vi tror vi kan utvikle dette sammen, og vi kanskje komme helt opp i 6 krillmobiler.
In the long run, if we're trying to cut our carbon footprint, we're trying to sustain the fisheries as we know today with the amount of fish we need to provide to the world. We need to think new. We have the technology today. Aker Qrill company has proven it. We survived Antarctica, so this could be done anywhere in the world.